last lunch of the week. Take a deep breath. You're here amongst friends who want to make a difference for good in the world. We are so pleased you are here. Our words of inspiration today will be given by somebody who's going to come up. Oh, hi, Laurel. Laurel is going to give us our words of inspiration for the day.
Let me take this device off. Welcome to Rotary on Friday the 13th, a day of bad luck to many in our culture's tradition. You are apparently very brave to come out and join with other people on this day. Watching the Tour de France last month, I preferred the stages, the sections of the races in the Pyrenees, which brought back memories of when I taught English in a French lycée in 1969. My French students were quite surprised at our American Friday the 13th superstition. En France, they gladly corrected me. Friday the 13th is a day of good luck. May this remind us that we have a choice in how we interpret events or times or traditions. As we remember the trial of COVID in our world, may we focus on the losses and challenges, but also on the loving and learning about what matters, what endures, and what inspires us. Good luck to you all on this day.
I've forgotten the order, but how about pledge, four-way test, and then song? Does that sound good to everybody?
Sure, there's a song.
There is a song. You don't know me, Karen.
Okay.
There's a song. All right, would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And as Rotarians, in everything we think, say, and do, we ask ourselves,
is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
What do you think? The French national anthem? Yeah? Okay.
No, it's too bloody.
Too bloody. After the good luck that Laurel just gave us, how about God Bless America? Are we all ready for them? God bless America, land that all know, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. Was very unenthusiastic. I don't know that. I think you're out of practice. Why don't you enjoy your meals, enjoy fellowship? If you've got an announcement that you want, go ahead and sit down. If you've got an announcement that you want me to make after the break, come and find me. We're going to do this a little ad hoc today.
As of January 2021, unemployment for women of color was much higher than the overall unemployment rate, ranging from 7.9% to 11.3% for women of color and people with disabilities.
Ethically diverse companies are 35% more likely to outperform their competitors. We need ethnic and gender diversity for our economy to fully recover.
Your local chambers are committed to creating an inclusive business climate.
This message is paid for by the Rotary Club of Colorado Springs.
तो हमको अपना कंट्री पोलियो फ्री नहीं करना, वर्ल्ड पोलियो फ्री करना है। ये टास्क तब तक चलता रहेगा जब तक हमारा वर्ल्ड पोलियो फ्री नहीं हो जाए। उसको बार बार हिट करना पड़ रहा है। तो ऐसा तो नहीं कि हमारा इतना सब किया हुआ गड़बड़ हो जाए।
Hi, Dr. Verma. How are you? Welcome. It's a pleasure to see you. India is in a very good place right now in terms of where we are with our polio-free status. Okay, so we're looking now at the SNID coverage data from Shahjahanpur. However, there are countries still experiencing polio cases, and we have to ensure that the immunity level of children in India remains high, ensuring that kids receive polio vaccine, as well as surveillance quality is high. We have to ensure that India does not let its guard down. When we think about what goes into ensuring that we continue to keep up the vigilance against this disease in India, there are many unsung heroes.
देखिए, किसी काम करने से पहले 2 बार एनर्जी की जरूरत पड़ती है, एक बिगिनिंग में, एक एंड में, वरना हम अपने टास्क को नहीं अचीव कर पाएंगे। इसलिए हम लोगों को बिल्कुल भी शोल्डर्स डाउन नहीं करने हैं, रिलैक्स नहीं होना। ये सब करते जब पहली बार ये आया कि इंडिया नाउ पोलियो फ्री, तो कांट एक्सप्रेस एवरी रोटेरियन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड इज कॉन्शियस फॉर द वर्ल्ड पोलियो फ्री, नॉट फॉर द कंट्री पोलियो फ्री।
Rotary knows that providing access to clean water around the world is about more than digging wells. That's why Rotary brings together community leaders, governments, and agencies to plan policies and funding that ensure permanent access to water. Be part of the solution. Learn more
I see entrepreneurs or workers up there in northern Thailand. And I see that the major issues with the whole problem now is the inequalities of wealth between the rural areas and the urban city. We have to move those smallholders farmers into the market so to raise their income level in here and fight this inequality. Not many people can understand about the peace aspect of agriculture. If we can support the economic development in a very sustainable way, I believe that we have a chance for building a peace platform. Our missions of Go Organics is to empower regenerative agriculture. We need local people to support the local farmers in here, while at the same time connecting with the world. It's all peace building. It's very interesting because once I had the meetings with the farmers, we present what is organic certifications, what can it do to the farmers. After 2 hours talk with them, they thank me for sharing with them the knowledge. But I told them, no, thank you. Without you, I live in the city, I have no food to eat. Please help to produce more quality food for the people to eat. And together we'll make a difference. I see entrepreneurs or workers up there in northern Thailand. And I see that the major issues with the whole problem now is the inequalities of wealth between the rural areas and the urban city. We have to move those smallholders farmers into the market so to raise their income level in here and fight this inequality. Not many people can understand about the peace aspect of agriculture. If we can support the economic development in a very sustainable way, I believe that we have a chance for building a peace platform. Our missions of Go Organics is to empower regenerative agriculture. We need local people to support the local farmers in here, while at the same time connecting with the world. It's all peace building. It's very interesting because once I had the meetings with the farmers, we present what is organic certifications, what can it do to the farmers. After 2 hours talk with them, they thank me for sharing with them the knowledge. But I told them, no, thank you. Without you, I live in the city, I have no food to eat. Please help to produce more quality food for the people to eat. And together we'll make a difference.
البيت هو الأساس الواحد، ما بينتسب بنود نهائيا خالص، هو الكل بالكل. يعني كافيين حالنا من هالشيء اللي عنا، يعني الحمد لله. في عنا أراضي، في لوز، في زيتون. كانت مستورة الحال. فجأة تغير الوضع خالص. يعني شو بيجبرك على المر؟ عنا المثل شو بيجبرك على المر غير الأمر منه. ما تم في شيء بين ايدي الواحد، الحمد لله اللي طلعت انا واولادي خير وعافيه، هاي اللي بدي اياه من الدنيا كلياتها.
اما انه في ياخذنا لعنده لحتى طلعنا، انه ما عاد رجعنا على البيت خالص، لانه صار خطر كثير. تركنا كل شيء هنيك.
بدك كوب شيء؟
خلاص كلوا يلا. 4 شهور بأمهرست. أنا يعني ما متوقع أي شيء، بس أنا متوقع إنه في بعد في مسافة بعيدة، في 8000 كيلومتر بيننا وبين كندا. عندنا بسوريا بعض مرات على الجمعة أسبوع 15 يوم حتى أحسن نحكيهم واتساب، يعني ما أنا سهلة. نحن بدنا نتحمل المسافات البعيدة هاي وفرقة الأهل. كلامي لشو؟ كلامي لأولادنا، كلامي لحياة أفضل من الحياة اللي عايشين فيها نحن بسوريا. سلي عن عمو أيمن، سلي عن عمو أيمن. خير؟
الحمد لله تمام. كيفك انت؟ الحمد لله.
الحمد لله منيحة. عم تحكي على سوريا شيء؟ ما عم اسمع صوتك، راح الصوت. راح الصوت، ما عم اسمع صوتك. صعب التواصل بعض مرات مع اهالينا اللي داخل سوريا. بيجيك انه ابوك مات، امك ماتت، عمك مات، ما فيك تتحرك، ما فيك تعمل اي شيء له. وتحدينا كل هالصعوبات هاي وجينا لهون، يعني ان شاء الله خير.
Coming right after a war, everything you have is completely gone. Not knowing the language, not knowing the people, and trying to start up a new life in a place where you don't know if you're going to be accepted or if you're going to be rejected.
Watch the ice savers there.
My family came to Canada just after the war. I see a little bit in Mizen what they probably went through. I am a first generation in Canada. And I look at that with Mizen, and I see things through his eyes that probably what my family maybe went through.
Bill Kells, it's good to see you back. We've missed you too. Elaine, thank you for bringing him. All right, let's start with something fun. Are you ready, Ron? All right. We're going to give Ron a chance to finish his bite. Wash it down. But Ron has been traveling, and he has brought us a memento of his travels. Can we pass the mic for announcements? Let's do that. Do we have a mic? Okay, Tina, can you hand it to? Well, Ron, let's get the mic so that the people online can hear too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, online people. This banner is to start number 18 of our banners that we have. We have so many. But my wife and I were in Silverthorne and Breckenridge and Dillon and Frisco area in July. And I never go to Rotary Club meetings in other cities, but we decided we would do it. So we went to the Rotary Club meeting in Breckenridge. There were only about 10 members there, but wonderful people. And the program was by a CC graduate who is doing bicycles all around the state to people, especially young people, minority people, who would otherwise never get out on trails and ride bicycles. And it's this incredible nonprofit that she has. And so I asked her afterwards if she would come to Colorado Springs and give the program too, and so I'll be in touch with her. But anyway, so they gave me a little flag, so I wanted to present it to our club.
Well, thank you so much, Ron.
Thank you, Tina.
Well, actually, Tina, let him have the mic for one more second, because I want to say, we're going to do an object lesson here. So how does a Rotarian visit another Rotary Club? What do you have to do? Do you have to tell them in advance you're coming?
You know, you're asking probably the wrong person, because this is the first time I've done it in a long time.
You didn't have to tell them you were coming. You just showed up, didn't you, Ron?
I think you just really show up.
You just show up.
Yes, and you know, when you go into cities, usually there's a Rotary insignia along with the others, the Lions Club and the whatever there are, Sertoma. But we were in Sedona for a week, and I kept thinking, I should go to a club meeting here, but I didn't.
If I were in Sedona for a week and I wanted to find a Rotary Club, do you know there's an app for that?
No, I didn't. Tell us about it, Karen.
There is an app for that. Anybody who is interested in visiting other Rotary clubs in your travels, and some of you still have summer travels, there is a club locator app. It's really its only function, and it will tell you where the clubs are, what days they meet, where they meet, and you just show up and you pay for your lunch, and if you bring us a flag, then you've got a souvenir for our travels. And then Elaine is responsible for creating these beautiful, beautiful banners and displaying all of the flags from all of the different places that our Rotarians have traveled, or Rotarians from those places have visited us and brought flags. It's a bit of an older piece of Rotary. I think it's fallen a little bit out of fashion, but I think it's great. So if you're traveling and visiting a club, see if you can bring back a banner. And if you know that you're traveling, you can just contact Karen and say, hey, I'm traveling. These are the dates that I'm traveling, and can I have X number of banners so that you have banners to exchange if you want to? If you were a Girl Scout and Boy Scout, that probably appeals to you. It's kind of a badge thing. If you don't want to, that's okay too. You're not required to. Tina, could you give the microphone to Donna?
So, update on the golf tournament. It's going great. Tim's brought Centura on board as a sponsor, and they're sending golfers.
That's wonderful.
So that's really cool. And Trevor has confirmed he's doing hole number 1, which was the best hole last year with the Bloody Mary hole. And Harrison's going to play, so we're still picking up golfers. So it's going great. Next week, you'll get an email from Karen explaining that she wants you to RSVP. You don't pay for the lunch there if you're coming for the Rotary lunch because you've already paid for it. But you RSVP to the email that you'll get next week from Karen, so we get a head count for the club. So we hope everybody will come to lunch because you've already paid for it. And if you pay at the door here, Karen will be there and you'll pay at the door or whatever there.
Okay, so I know you've all been reading your newsletters faithfully, but let's just do this as a group exercise. Where is the meeting on August 27th? There isn't one. Good job, guys. Do not come to the Antlers on Friday, August 27th. Why don't we have a meeting on August 27th? Trevor? Because we're golfing on the 30th. So where is our lunch on the 30th? Colorado Springs Country, well done, guys. Colorado Springs Country Club. Do not come to the Antlers on the 27th. Do RSVP and show up at the Colorado Springs Country Club on the 30th. Can you go to the lunch even if you are not participating in the golf tournament? Yes. Yes, please do. Okay. And we need more volunteers, and there is a sign-up sheet that should be, did it make its way into the meeting from outside? It should be circulating, along with the weekly duties sign-up roster. And if not, Karen's on it. She's going to be the enforcer. All right, I think we also have does anybody want to do the announcement about the Rotary Rally? If not, then I will tell you the next Rotary Rally is going to be Thursday, August 26th at 4:30 at Ivy Wild. So if you just can't stand the idea of not having a meeting on the 27th, don't worry, you can have one the day before at 4:30 at Ivy Wild. So you can get your Rotary that week anyway and just get that fix. It'll see you through till Monday. You'll be just fine, I promise. Okay, there are district governor applications available online. I'm not saying that because I think there's somebody in the room who wants to be district governor immediately, but I'm putting it out there that district governor is a huge, don't point at me. Don't point at me, Dennis. Being district governor is a huge honor. We have a former district governor with us today, Jim Munt. It is a big responsibility, but it's something that if you aspire to, we can start connecting you with the right people at the district level, and that's something that we can ease you into it. And yes, Dennis is pointing at me because I have volunteered myself to be in the process of easing into it, so maybe, who knows, about 6, 7 years from now. So if you want a 6, 7 year track, come see me. Sam and Dennis and Lynn and Karen were all at the gutter bin install. And I know that you probably all saw those pictures, but can we get a brief update on the gutter bins? It's in her presentation. We're going to get an update. I should just calm the horses. Anything else that needs, I do have Trevor's very important announcement that I promised him we would make. Jim needs to introduce guests. We need Jim to, we need to be introduced to Pam and to Dan.
We're doing guest introductions today.
Apparently. Don't worry about it, Jim. It's okay.
Sign up for it.
They're just the two.
Sometimes you don't remember when you get old enough.
That's okay, Jim. We've got Dan
All
right
right.
here.
Do we have any
Dan right there.
Rotarians in the club?
We don't have any visiting Rotarians this week, I don't think.
None? How about guests? Trevor?
Thank you, Jim. So with me today is my good friend Dan Adam. He's the owner of Adam and Son Auto Repair. They've got locations at Briargate and Union and Austin Bluffs and Barnes. And he's considering membership with our club, and he's very happy to be here.
Anybody else with a guest?
Jim, we have Pam with Wayne.
Have my lovely wife Pam again today.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Well done, Jim. Well done.
Going.
All right. We have no Rotary anniversaries this week, which clearly means we need to get some new members in to fill this week up for years to come. This would be a great week to join Rotary because in years to come, this would always be your week. You wouldn't share it with anybody else. You could just have your name announced, just you. Just think about it. It's an opportunity. But birthdays, we have Judy Casey, Larry Liston, Michael Thomas is turning 50 years old, and Alan Gregory, John Buckley, and with us today to celebrate his birthday, Randy Stiles.
Yay, Randy!
And Trevor has agreed to introduce Jordan and Sam, but really excitingly and most importantly, come on up.
Yes.
Well, somebody rang a very special bell this week, and I asked you if we could announce it.
I guess I'll announce it.
Yeah?
Okay. Sure. Hi, everybody. So the bell that she's referencing, my wife has stage 4 uterine cancer, and she's been going through chemotherapy. And it's tradition when you've been through your final chemotherapy appointment that you ring a bell. It's right there in the infusion center, and all the other patients and all the nurses, they all clap. We're hoping it was actually her final one. She's got a meeting with the doctor on the 24th to review tests to determine if she's finished or if she needs some more, or radiation or something else. So prayers are welcomed for good news on the 24th. So thank you for that.
Can I give you a
Yes. Yes. And actually, between Tara's 3rd and 4th chemo appointments, we did a road trip that took us west and into California and up the California coast and Oregon, Idaho, in which I did some videography of waterfalls. And I've actually been asked to share about that trip at one of our October meetings. So I look forward to sharing that with you guys and the kind of the story of Tara doing that. So now for today's program, we've got Samantha and Jordan presenting for us. And my understanding is that Samantha's going to wrap the presentation while Jordan does interpretive dance. So So Samantha is the Vice President of Programs for nonprofit Sentinels of Freedom, served as the Community Service Director of Rotary for the past 3 years, and she has only been in this club for 5 years. Isn't that just so much? That's awesome, Samantha. Yeah, we can clap for that. And then Jordan, she's a small business owner, a volleyball mom, a people lover, and she's been in our club for 6 years, and she's our International Committee Chair. Will you please help me welcome Samantha and Jordan for today's presentation?
Awesome. Well, let's fix this first. Can you guys hear me? We good? No? Didn't think so.
When do I start dancing?
Now. Is that better? Okay. I don't talk very loud, so I definitely need the microphone to project. So like he said, I'm Samantha Chapman. I've been the Director of Community Service for the last 3 years. And before that, I was also Prime Chair for about a year. And then I kind of like transitioned into community service. Personally, I love community service. I'm extremely passionate about it. So I'm just honored that you guys have allowed me to stay in this position. And I'm excited for next year. Cody is going to take over, and he's shadowing this year. So you'll have him to help lead us through some projects to come. Basically what I'm going to go through is just some of the projects that we've had going on and what you can look forward to. And then of course if you have questions or things that you'd like to know more about, you can always ask those. So yeah, we'll get started. Maybe. Here we go. Can we all see that? Awesome. All right. So local community service, that is kind of what I specialize in. And then you'll hear about international here soon with Jordan. We did kick off our 2021-22 year in July, and we've already had a couple projects that we've gotten to participate in. So in June and July, we had music at the Indy, and that will continue through this month, August, September, and October. So I hope you guys will join us on Wednesday, August 18th, where Tina and Kathleen will be volunteering at our table. It's a great opportunity to just hear local music and then also share with the community what the Rotary Club does and how they can get involved with us. So that's just a picture of me with Karen and Tim, who volunteered last month. We got rained on, but we stuck through it, and it was a great time, and the music was great. So each month they'll have a different local artist that's playing, and it's just in the parking lot of the Indy. So it's just a great way for us to get involved and to be out in the community helping them learn what we do. So we hope you'll join us on the 18th. And then this past weekend, as well as the weekend before, so the 31st of July and August 7th, we partnered for the first time with Pikes Peak United Way and their Backpack Bash. I know Katie volunteered, as well as Chris Medina, on the 31st and the 7th at different locations. And then I was at the Hillside Community Center, which I learned was just like 5 blocks down the road from me. So pretty exciting to learn about something new in the community. And we gave away 12,000 backpacks to students in the local community, so it wasn't just downtown, but it was all over the city. So they had locations both on the east end, the north end, all across the city. So 12,000 backpacks. They were at 7 different locations, and they had 40-plus partner organizations. So hopefully this will be something that we do again next year. We also had members who not only volunteered their time, but there was an opportunity to donate as well. So I know we had a couple members who purchased items on their wish list through Amazon, and so there's always ways to give back in whatever way that works best for you. So those are just 2 of the things that we kind of kicked off the year with. And then the next big one was the gutter bin install. So that was installed on August 4th. This project has been a long time coming, so we actually received approval for the funding from the Service Fund, as well as a matching grant from the district back in September and October of last year. And then we were just kind of waiting for the city to tell us, when can we install this gutter bin? And if you don't know, the gutter bin, it actually replaces your standard gutter bin that you have, and then they make the Rotary Club of Colorado Springs one. So that actually has a lid that pops up, so it's easy to clean. And then in the other far picture, hold on, she said I have a pointer. In this picture, that's called a Mundus bag, which if I remember correctly, I think he said it means like beautiful world, something around that. Oh yes, there it is. So this is the Mundus bag, and that goes inside of the gutter, and that collects all of the debris that you have on the streets. So it's tire debris from driving on the streets, cigarette butts, which if you don't know, can kill up to 5 fish just by 1 cigarette butt. So obviously those fall on the ground quite often. And our gutters, they go directly to our waterways. So they go right into Fountain Creek, and the idea of this is to clean our water. So they work with Robinson Landscaping, and the city has a contract with them. So they actually go and they'll clean out these gutter bins. So they'll take out this Mundus bag. And I actually did have another picture that was in the article that Dennis shared that showed all the debris that they collected. And that one, if you go and find it, was actually right after we had the really major rainstorm on Saturday, the 31st. Yeah. So you can kind of see all the stuff that's in there. There was even like a laminated sign of like construction zone. So had that not been collected in the gutter bit, the Mundus bag, it would have went right up into the Fountain Creek. So they empty out these bags once a month, and on average they get about 30 pounds of pollution. The great thing about this project is we'll actually get reports on how much they're collecting from both this gutter bin, and then we have this extra Mundus bag that we donated on the northwest corner of Remigio and Tejon. And so we'll get that data month over month, year over year, to share with you guys what our impact is having. And hopefully the next idea is to challenge the community. So not only do we as a Rotary Club want to sponsor these, but we want other organizations to do that as well. So if your business is interested, or if you have a friend or somebody that you're connected with who might want to help clean up our city, that's one way to do it. And they're having an event on September 28th at the Pioneer Museum to share about these gutter bins and how you can get involved. We as Rotary, since we sponsored, are invited to join. So if you'd like to come, let me know, just so we can have an idea of how many. But I'll be sending out a sign up on that. So sure, Trevor, question. Ooh, great question, but I can get you that answer. So for us, it was a total of just over $7,000 for the bin and the Mundus bag. So we got $3,000 from our service fund and $3,000 from the district grant. And I think it depends on what you choose to do. So this costs a little bit more to have your logo branded in it, but you don't have to do that. And then, of course, there's a different cost for just the Mundus bag itself. So there's different cost options. The neat thing is through our community service fund, you can donate to Rotary and receive that tax break. So that's kind of what we're encouraging, is use Rotary as the funnel in our service fund, and then we'll pay Frog Creek Partners, who is the one who installs it, and they work with the city to figure out where's the best place to install it. So they actually have all their research on where should these be installed to collect the most debris. So does that answer your question? Kind of. And I can certainly get you the contact to Brian Durlo, and he would be the one to figure out what the best pricing option is for you. So awesome. Great question. So coming soon, another project that your service committee has been working on is a tree planting. So we just received approval from the Community Service Fund to plant a tree from Harding Nursery. So I had shared previously that we were doing the challenge for the Mayor's Tree Challenge. And so we are purchasing a bur oak tree. It's just about 1.5 inches tall. And we have partnered with the Catamount Institute to plant it on their grounds, near a playground, so it'll provide shade for years to come eventually. 1.5 feet. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, that makes more sense. Cass is working with me to figure out the best time to plant that tree with Harding Nursery. So as soon as we hear back from them, we will plan an event where you guys can come out. They will actually plant it for us, because then they guarantee that it will survive. But we'll do an event. And the whole idea of the plant is to honor the Rotarians that passed in 2020. So we'll have a plaque for them as well, just honoring those who passed. And we hope to continue this moving forward, to be able to just honor our Rotarians who have given so much to us, to allow them to then continue to give to our community even after they've left. So, and I do like what Cass shared when we were talking about, like, do we want to approve this, and why is this a project we want to do? So I'll just read her quote. She said, Colorado Springs is Tree City, USA. Planting a tree lets our Rotarians' legacy of giving grow on throughout the years, continually giving to the community in shade, oxygen, and beauty, just like Rotarians do. So I just thought that was a great way to encapsulate it. So details on that will be coming. Other upcoming and ongoing opportunities, obviously we've talked about the golf tournament a lot. We certainly want you to be there, either playing golf or volunteering, or just coming out for the lunch. We'd love to see you there. So that is on the 30th. One other thing that we are doing to support the Salvation Army is Katie has reached out to Doug Hansen to see what is their greatest need that they have for the community members that they serve. And he mentioned that they need, oops, I did the wrong button, diapers, socks, wipes, and non-perishable food. So on the day of the golf tournament, we'll have a box to collect those items if you'd like to bring them. And then we're going to make this an ongoing project. So each Friday, we'll have a box where you can bring these items specifically for the Salvation Army so that we can package them up and deliver them for that being their greatest need that they have. So that will be ongoing. Friday, September 3rd, will be our second time participating in the Mount Carmel Patriot Day Give Back Day. So they do have multiple volunteer roles, whether you want to do setup, check-in, food distribution, or cleanup, and then they have 3-hour time slots. They don't have a specific sign-up, but I'm going to create one for us, and then we can kind of send that over to them. So that'll be coming so that we can give back to them. And then Care and Share is an opportunity that we've created with the Broadmoor Rotary Club. So they already have a standing date with Care and Share on the second Monday, where 2 of their members can volunteer with 2 of our members, and then they have 2 Rotaract members that volunteer. I forgot to put the time, but I want to say it's from 1:30 to 3. So there is a sign-up genius that I've sent out that you can sign up for that if you're interested. And that they have continuing through like the whole year. So anytime you have a Monday that you'd like to volunteer, the second Monday of the month, we'd love to have you. Annual projects that you'll see that will continue. Obviously, we'll support the Planet Walk again, so volunteering there and helping Jesse Coletti with that initiative that he has. The VFW Poppy Drive will continue to do for Veterans Day and Memorial Day weekend. Cougars Care is at Coronado High School, and that'll be in November. If you're not familiar with what Cougars Care is, Cougars Care is an organization at Coronado High School ran by the students with just oversight from a teacher. The students they accept donations to create a whole week's worth of food for the families that are in need. So we volunteer first by helping sort the food, and then the second day we are the main volunteers to actually give the food to the families that need that food. So we'll certainly hopefully need volunteers this year because last year it was a little bit different. And then our service fund also approves a financial donation to help them meet the needs that they have through purchasing some additional food. Because they do like fresh vegetables and fresh bread and some perishable foods that they get for that week as well. The Columbia Elementary Christmas Project is where we shop for students at Columbia Elementary. So we work with the counselor there who identifies the families, and we shop for that child as well as any siblings that they have. So that will be another project that we continue. And then hopefully we'll have Santa Day back at Queen Palmer. And then, of course, we always have the Salvation Army bell ringing to look forward to. I'm also hoping, I just had a meeting with Joe Reagan, and we're going to look at a way to possibly partner with Wreaths Across America and just encourage our Rotarians to volunteer for that, and there may be some other opportunities there. So that's to come too. And then Habitat for Humanity, we're looking at bringing that back as like a quarterly opportunity. So I'm working with their coordinator so that there will be opportunities 4 times a year for Rotarians to volunteer on a specific date. So you'll see that coming as well. If you have projects that you're passionate about, I want to know about them. So please let me know. You can always join our meetings on the 3rd Thursday, so that's next week at noon. And we're still meeting via Zoom, so you can do it from the comfort of your home or office. And then there is also a survey. It's a little QR code that you can scan and take. And Jordan will talk about that too. But if you want an actual handwritten copy, I can also have one of those for you too. But there you go.
Yay, I'm all excited about it. Good job. Thanks. Yeah. This was really fun. You know, the one question I was just going to ask right away is, what are you passionate about? When I joined Rotary, I really joined for the international side. I love the idea that we can work with people all across the world. And, you know, in this day and age, we don't even have to leave our home to work with people, which is really exciting. So, with all that said, we hit the ground running for 2021, and we have a couple of global grants in process, as well as starting up some new projects. And these photos here on the front, the top one, this is our Haiti project that we have going on. And there's Heather Beam, who just spoke to us a couple weeks ago with the pen Practical Education Network. So the things that we are currently working on, locally Haiti, this actually, they changed their name. They used to be the Colorado Haiti Project. Now it's just locally Haiti. And we are continuing to work with them. These pictures here are actually part of their agricultural program. This is what our club has helped fund with the Boulder Club. We have helped get these fences up here along the walls, as long as the resources for them to plant these farms. And this way, their livestock does not wander in and eat all of their hard work that they've been doing. 50% of the population in Petit-Trou identifies as farming as their main source of living. And so the school that they are doing at St. Paul's in Petit-Trou, they are training their students how to better work their land, which is really great. And then they stay there and they take that home into their communities. So even though this project is fully funded, we are just continuing to work with them. And hopefully in the next month or so, we might have even some hands-on practical things that our club can do with them as well. So that'll be sent out via email and through our Rotary weekly bulletin. So just keep scrolling down and look under International Committee updates for things. One of our other ongoing programs is our Trampled Rose program, and Donna has been the main spearheader for this. But we have, I don't remember how many. Do you know, Donna, how many people we have currently? Okay, 15. So we are currently helping 15. What's really great is we are allowing these girls to get through school with an education, and we are also helping supply very much needed needs that they have as young women, which is really great. And this we partner with Becky Kaiser, who is over at our East Club here in the Springs, and she's been really great working with all of that. So we're continuing to do that. This is something that we do every single year. And one thing that I do get asked is if more Rotarians can sponsor girls, and that maybe at the end I might let Donna answer that, or because that is something I'm not real sure about, but I have had people ask me if we can sponsor more girls. So what's really exciting is we have some global grants in process. The big one, and Martin Cook, he's not in person here today. I believe he is online. So, but he has been a phenomenal asset with the committee, and having worked over in Africa and done some of these things through Ashesi University, which is how he met Heather Beam, who spoke a couple of weeks ago with the Practical Education Network. We are in the process of working on a global grant to help secure ways for training their teachers, their staff, and since COVID has hit, helping Penn reach they're learning that if they have the resources, their school and their trainings can be done online, and they can reach more communities in the continent of Africa, which is really great. And so that is where we are hoping we can help with them. And we are we have the Broadmoor Club is going to be partnering alongside with us, and hopefully a couple of the other clubs here in town as well. And we have a few other clubs within our district. So this is really exciting. And if you missed Heather's presentation, what she does is she is an MIT grad, and she has taken her education and she has taken it down here into Ghana, and everything that they do is very practically applied. So they are teaching these students how to solve and build and create things with the resources that they have inside their community. And so the whole idea is to be able to build even like they're building these small little water systems out of, plastic bottles, rubber bands. So what's really great is whatever is inside their community, they're learning how to use those things and apply and to take them back into their community when they graduate. Another thing that we just got started with is many of you might remember our fellow Italian Rotarian friends over in Bisceglie, Italy, and we are going to be partnering with them on a global grant that involves, it's for vision, an eye clinic. And we are a partner with them. So this is going to be taking Sedona, and you can direct questions to Donna on this. I'm going to totally put you on the spot. However, but as I understand this, what we're going to be doing is this is taking place over in Italy, and they are providing they're working with doctors and nurses to help bring these services inside the community. So this is really exciting, and that was approved, and now we're just in the process of waiting for the global approval. We also got a chance to partner with the Mile High Club in Denver and help provide some financial assistance for a mental health project in Uganda. And the first part of their study is they actually were able to work with, they put up support systems, counseling sessions, and put out radio messages for people. And the part that our grant, the money that we are helping with, is down here at the bottom. So this is providing 18 additional health workers, mental health workers, improving their mental health care, being able to provide at a minimum of 13,000 sessions, hopefully more, and providing the mental awareness. And this all came about through COVID, and what I loved about this project is that it shows that we are all human regardless of the country that we live in, and that the pandemic is definitely worldwide, and that everybody definitely needs to have access to mental health resources. So this was a great way. This is something that we should be here in the next couple of weeks, actually have a little bit of data to as an update. So once again, that will be inside the bulletin. And this goes out usually on Thursdays for those of you who may or may not see it sometimes. You never know. The other thing that's really cool is they are increasing the women's business and technical area, and really helping to focus on the female mental health as well. So that's been really great. So once again, the biggest thing is if there is a project, something that you are passionate about that is internationally based, that is why we are here as Rotarians. So if you have an idea, if there is a cause or a place that you have been involved with in the past, and you would like to continue to be involved with it, and how could we as Rotarians help, this is what our international committee is for. So if you are interested, have a passion about anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can scan the QR code and just fill out that information, and that gives us your information. And I left my email as well, and I can send updates when our committee meets. We meet on the second Friday, and it's always following our lunch meetings. So currently, since we're meeting in person here, we will today, we are meeting today after lunch over in Sportivos, and but I also have Zoom open because we do have some committee members that will be attending virtually. So that's all that I have. Yes, Jeff. Oh, yeah, you missed it. I was so fast.
Does anybody have any questions before we start in?
Not so much a question, but more a comment. First, my hat's off to both of you for your leadership and what you do. That's really great. Now, my question is more, maybe, I know we can periodically get some newsletters about from the district and some other things, and we see the Rotary magazine that talks about what's going on around. So I guess maybe more to your committee, but then you pick up good ideas from others, even for community type projects too. Do you guys have a networking group with Rotary wide to see what's going on in different projects? Because somebody might be passionate about it if they knew it was going on in another area. For example, if we knew, hey, this club's doing this from Iowa, Field of Dreams 2 or something, you know, they want to go ahead and do something else internationally or something. But I think, so my question was, I know, I don't read all the ones they send out all the time, but so that's probably on me, but I know the Rotary used to have these networking groups, different theme groups for skiing and things. So are you able to see some of the other things that are going on with clubs in not just our district, but around the world, around the nation?
Yeah, so actually, which I'm learning how to do this more and more, but if you log into your Club Runner, you can actually search for groups of interest and activities of interest, and that will show you can really filter it down and kind of see what's going on.
What our club's interest and capacity are to some degree on what we can take on or not take on, but then sometimes it's fun for not just the club, but also individuals that might want to line up with some other group that's going to this particular place or that place. So
Brad,
go ahead.
If you go to Rotary.org, there are bulletin boards and email exchanges and chat exchanges, and you can sign up for whichever field interests you.
Yeah.
And you've done that?
I know what that is.
Okay.
So a couple. No, that's good. That's what I was alluding to. So good. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for what you do, both of you. It's amazing.
Make sure to tell us.
Oh, yes.
Just scan the QR code. I made that today. I've never made a QR code. It's super easy.
Go Samantha! Actually, she was amazing, so she put all of that together. But yes, please scan the QR code, or if you don't have the ability to scan the QR code.
And you have hard copies too.
Yeah.
If you want to write with a pen, we'll take those too.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so for our last 15 minutes, an interpretive dance. No. I don't suppose that any of you would have an objection to ending the meeting 15 minutes early just this once. Yeah, no, I'm not hearing any objections. All right. Then be safe. Come back to the Antlers next week, but not the week following, and I will see you again at Rotary.
As of January 2021, unemployment for women of color was much higher than the overall unemployment rate, ranging from 7.9% to 11.3% for women of color and people with disabilities.
Ethically diverse companies are 35% more likely to outperform their competitors. We need ethnic and gender diversity for our economy to fully recover.
Your local chambers are committed to creating an inclusive business climate.
This message is paid for by the Rotary Club of Colorado Springs.